asked if I could get that part of it paid, if you wanna look at the bill.
Okay.
Out of 64,809.
Basically, it's a third.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do a postage one for my election account while we're doing this packet.
Okay,
And since it's over 500, I need you guys to formally approve that first.
okay, all right.
How they coming on
They're good. They were gonna bring me pictures to share, but you can touch base on that.
Sounds like they're on the north side.
Back here right now.
it? Everything's going good?
Yeah, Randy, that was a week ago today, he showed me this, I call it the gable end on the south side of the courthouse. It's the only place on the courthouse that does not have, copper wrapped. It's above the, I don't know, you call it the Mason sign or the decorative name?
Right, right.
That's the only place on the whole courthouse, when you look at one, that doesn't have copper on the top side of it, and then wrapped around it. And then if you actually walk out and look at it, or drive by and look at it, all the way around the overhang of the whole building here is nice and white, it's clean, because they got copper wrapped across it. Water treads off and drops off. It's clean. You look at that south end of that gable, it's black looking because of the moisture, you know what I mean? It's sitting on top, because it's, yeah, it's block on top, or rock on top and rock on the bottom, you know, and it's going through.
So why is that corner not having?
Good question. It has never had it.
Is he proposing that it get capped?
He's gonna get, yes, he's gonna get a bid, from, I believe it's DNS sheet metal for putting copper on, but he's gonna get a bid, to see how much it's gonna cost. You know, cause his equipment's here.
He did ask if I wanted to go up and take a look myself.
Why didn't you go
I can. I'm not afraid to do that. He asked me that yesterday when I was leaving, so I might go up and try to get some pictures too with you. If you guys want to look.
He was supposed to take pictures of it and have it.
Right, unless you guys want to go up in the bucket with them and look.
Doesn't bother me in the bucket.
Well, we didn't figure with your foot, you probably should be.
Probably not. I'd recommend you keep your feet on the floor. Okay. We'd hate to have something happen to you.
Yeah.
So, he can take pictures.
Well, that's what he was just
You
making sure.
can see it from
Yeah.
outside
I
the,
got him up in the bell tower, you could look over the ledge too that way.
yep.
So if you want to go up that way, you can.
I can't because steps.
So how big an area is this?
Oh, it's probably about 32 foot maybe. Maybe not
About the
quite
whole
that
length
much.
of it, isn't it?
Huh?
It's about that whole length going that way, isn't
It's just the whole
it? But if you,
comes down and then that's it.
But didn't blow off or anything. It just was
Never had it on it. Never put it on it for some reason. You know, it's, like I said, that overhang of that brick sticks out about 2 foot. You know, so you can about imagine, you know, you got your seams. Them, if I remember right, they're about 3 or 4 foot long, them rock seams.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's taking a hit, you know, because when the water runs down, you don't like it running off, it runs down it. And then it hits that caulk seam in the mortar joint, and that's where it's eating it out.
Sure.
So I agree, it should have a wrap of copper on it, because the rest of the courthouse all the way around it does when they did the roof.
Are they gonna do a flange or something where it comes up?
Yep,
Okay.
yep, goes underneath the roof and then drops down over
It'll
the
be
base.
sealed so it doesn't.
Yep,
So how do they get the top end tied into the roof?
Well, I don't know that it would tie into the roof, would it?
it would slide underneath the shingles, but you gotta remember the shingles are this way, so they can come in from the sides.
No.
You know, it's, you know, it's just a very, it's just decorative design is what it is. It's brick like this and then it's brick underneath here. That's where, you know, Randy thought it was like the old, Masonic emblem. You know, it's an emblem of some kind underneath that overhang in brick.
whoever made it probably.
Yeah,
And we can.
or
after
mason,
we-
a mason, you know,
Masonry, yeah.
yeah.
We can always take a look afterwards as we're leaving today.
Does he have any idea how much it would cost? to fix
No,
it?
he's gonna get a price. He's not doing it yet. He's gotta get a price.
It sounds like good preventive maintenance.
They're throwing in the bell at no cost too.
They're
That little bell thing over there, there's a brick thing under the bell, so they fixed all that up too. They were practicing on the new keys.
Randy, you do a good job.
So do I have a motion to approve the claim? There's 2 claims there.
One is for my postage meter at the post office for election mail, and then this one for Jansen for deposit county.
How you like sitting over there by now?
You still don't like it over there, do you?
Yeah, turn on the TV.
I gotta be very honest, it's much handier
We got
than
it live stream now.
chairperson being next to her. But I understand Tracy'd like to have a spot back, so.
Don't bother me. Make a motion to approve them then.
All right. Tracy made the motion to approve the 2 claims. Gary seconded that. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Initial that too, if you want.
This one,
Right here is fine.
all 3 of us.
Just use fine.
Okay, you want this one initialed by all of us?
Nope, that one just showed you that Melinda's seen
Okay.
that.
You want this one initialed as well?
Yes. And then next week will be our regular round of claims.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item 6 is to approve the contract documents for new transportation building.
Do you want to wait for Dave on
I
that?
think we probably should wait for David to come down. I'm guessing he'll be down for the 10 o'clock. Okay,
Got 2 of them on here with questions about it.
all right.
Here's number 7, they're doing all this electronically too, so.
The cost advisory allocation plan.
Yeah, that's when they go, they look at like the service center, and I turn in like how much square footage of DHS. They look at inventory, they just put it, we do this every year. Dana can use that offset in some of hers for her transportation, social services. They look at like other outside government entities versus Benton County, so.
That should be saving quite a bit of money, or she's still operating those buses.
Well,
Well,
she
that's where she
does.
was going right now, was pick up somebody.
Saving, yes, but not making anything.
Yeah, and because she gets reimbursed by the mile
Oh, yeah.
through Medicare. Yeah.
So when you approve that, you'll just sign here.
Signature. Sign here and print.
Yep, and I'll scan that back to them.
Date.
They'll
Okay.
give me a nice binder once we're open back up.
Okay.
We did it electronically last week.
Hey, good courthouse picture right there, so see what we're talking about.
That's the gable right there, see it?
Yep.
Is that the one with snow? I was gonna tease him to pick a different picture. Yeah, he's really here around every day.
Mhm.
Last week they were by my window.
That's the gable I'm talking about, right up here. And that's the brick, you know, looks like a mason or something underneath there.
But it prints kind of.
That's a,
Yeah,
guy
that's
that's,
why I'll wait till
Orders
his
up
nice
there.
carpet comes.
he could live up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, have you ever been up there?
No.
You need to go
You
up
need to
there.
go up there.
Up where?
The judge's quarters, up there. Tracy's never been up there.
Well, you were up to that floor the other day.
Yeah, but I wasn't in the judge's quarters. Or is that where all the filing cabinets and all that? No?
No, those are just old storage. There's old tax books, all kinds of stuff.
Years ago, whenever they had horses, and, judge would come, he'd sleep up there.
Because the trap back then, it took me longer to trap.
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
It's
This
right,
one,
right
yeah,
up here.
yeah. See, this one don't have nothing here It's all black looking. All the way around here is wrapped. This is all wrapped. This is wrapped. All the way around the courthouse. This whole gable here is the only thing that don't have any covering on top of the brick. Like I said, you walk out, you walk outside and look at it.
It's usually consistent with
Black
our
looking.
Need it.
We'll get it all fixed up and then something will happen.
Once you look that over, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
That's to my ability. I like that.
The what?
I certify all costs submitted where in the best of my knowledge and ability.
This is based on last year, so they're always kind of, they wait until we're done with the fiscal year and then they take all of our stuff. So it's kind of, we're always working in 3 different years with the different things. Hard to keep track. So when we get transportation and some of those other places moved out of that service center, that's why I have to keep track, like Foundation 2, how much they occupy, like if we get rent from them. That's the kind of stuff we have to disclose in there. Did you guys
What's that?
notice your new phones?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll have to go back in them and do your voicemails. They have to be redone. I know, so that might be a good thing to do today.
I didn't do my voicemail on my other phone.
I know, and you need to get it done. I think Todd's is still on.
Todd's is still on.
So, we have new instructions.
He's got a nice voice, nice clear voice.
I've never had anybody call me.
It's 9:15.
They can answer it when you're not here.
Myron, are you on there?
Just dialed in, yep.
Okay, very good. And good morning to you, Myron.
Good morning, you guys. I've got a few utility permits. As Haley Hageman goes out, or do you need to hand them out first?
I've got him.
Here's the map.
Okay. Pretty simple ones. Start with, let's go with Mitch's from Farm Bureau Telephone. He has a new house being built on 30th Avenue Drive, 6644 is the address. They need more under the road from the south side to the north side and then run along the right of way for a very short length of distance to get phone access back to the new property. So that would be in section 28 of Kent Township.
These are the ones on one side.
So then I can probably do this.
No, he has them. I'll take those
Make a motion to approve.
Farmer Mutual Telephone.
Yep.
Canton Township.
That's the one.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Tracy and seconded by Gary. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
East Central Iowa REC has a similar request. Few homes, it sounds like. The first one, section 20, Polk Township, to bore under 30th Avenue. They need to set a pole on the east side of the road, tie into their overhead line, and then they're going to bore under the road to go back to a home being built for a Mark Dennis. It'd be 5311 30th Avenue, section 20 of Polk Township. Pat sent me actually 2 work orders. I think we could do it as one motion if you wanted to. You tell me if you want to know, do them separately or together. I can give you the other location.
Together.
Together.
You have 2 permits. The other one is in Benton Township to bore under 31st Avenue.
Yeah.
That would be between 15 and 16 of Benton Township. This is for a new home for Steve and Jody Reese. I'm not sure if that address number's been given, but it would be just north of the Big Timber pavement there.
Yeah, they were granted the land use change not too long ago, so. I need that one.
Okay. So gentlemen, do I have a motion to approve the East Central Iowa REC for Benton and Polk Township?
So moved. Second.
Tracy made the motion, seconded by Gary. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
And there's a resolution.
You got the resolution, Haley?
Yep, I have the one you sent, and I have the one I assigned with the number. Do you want,
Okay.
which one do you want? The official, not assigned number one, sign? Or just the one you sent?
Probably.
Okay. Cause I gave you the number.
The one I sent you won't sufficiently, but
Okay,
Lake County had contacted me earlier this year with both between them and the Farm to Market Review Board that is a body made up of county engineers that look at the farm to market designated routes across the state in each county. Any changes that are requested to be made to that map have to go through that review board committee first for approval, and then the DOT does the actual legwork in the map. But it's been, a number of years ago when the Oak Grove project that was looked at is going straight from more or less from the Oak Grove Church east over to Lake County and tying into their Lewis Bottom Road or Lewis Access Road. Was going to be a straight shot when Lake County decided they weren't as in favor of that as the project was being developed, and we stuck with the Rock Road. What had been discussed and approved at the farm to market end was to designate that new proposed route as the farm to market route. Since that route never got built and isn't going to be built, that route needs to be taken off of the farm to market system. And in exchange, I was looking to designate the existing Rock Road that we improved, continuing around the curve where Rex Miller used to live, going up to his new place around the curve, and then tying into what Lynn County calls Lewis Access Road, I believe it is. In addition, with this resolution, with Highway 100 being completed over there by Atkins and E Avenue being the interchange location on 100, E Avenue lines up with 72nd Street on our system and designating between 71st and 72nd of Lynn Benton Road as becoming a farm to market act. So that farm to market route also to tie E Avenue up to the seal coat that we have. E Avenue being the Lake County designation of 72nd Street, our Benton County Road. So designating those two road segments as new farm to market designated routes, and then taking off what was a proposed but never built of the old Oak Grove extension.
So down the road, the Oak Grove gravel road there past Kessner's, you're not gonna pave that then, right?
No, it's scheduled for pavement.
It's scheduled for paving from the intersection there at the Oak Grove Church east, past Kastner's, around the curve, Carol Miller's, Rex Miller's, and coming out at Wilhelmie's property, I think, and tying into the Lynn County Road as it exists.
Okay.
But yeah, paving all of that is the plan in the near future, Tracy.
It was in that 5-year plan, wasn't
I'm
it?
designating a farm to market route Right, farm to market funds could be used for future projects along that route if the designation is changed to farm to market.
But he's taking it off the list.
Taking the half-mile of road that doesn't exist that was proposed, which would have been basically south of Carol Miller's house, an old road that I think existed 60, 70 years ago, but isn't currently the road, but that was where that route was going to go originally, was going to come off of basically John Kastner's property, and then you just kept going straight east all the way to Lynn County.
Yeah.
There would have been a half-mile road that doesn't exist that was going to be built. It got designated as farm to market because it was a proposed route and we were in the planning stages, but that never got built. So what's being taken off of farm to market designation is a road that's never been built and right away has never been bought for.
Okay.
It's not existent. Yeah, makes sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
It exists on paper, but it doesn't exist in the world, in the field.
Yeah, physically, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So you need a motion to approve this
Yes, I do.
by resolution? Okay,
Yes.
so can I get a motion to approve this farm to market
So moved.
application?
Second.
All right, Gary made the motion to approve, Tracy seconded, and this is by resolution,
Your St. Guy.
Seaman, I.
and Primer aye. Okay,
I signed both, I'm gonna give him one back and then I'll keep the other one.
both have only got one.
They have the numbered one.
Oh, okay,
You sign one of those, please.
Just one.
are you gonna sign that?
Yep.
You want this one signed too?
Yep, that one goes to Myron and I'll keep that one in the file.
Myron, do you wanna go ahead and discuss that part-time seasonal hire?
Whoa.
Yes. Looking for, I guess, permission to go ahead and look at maybe creating and filling a part-time seasonal hire that can do some general activities. My thoughts are actually might lose a mechanic temporarily out of the shop here this summer, but we like to wash all the trucks, vehicles before they actually get service work done, rather than take either the driver or mechanic out of commission to clean that. Somebody that could clean those vehicles could run the riding lawnmower and do some of the maintenance around the maintainer sheds as well as the shop. If an extra hand is needed with some surveying or day or two, it'd be just kind of general seasonal activities, and might be ideal for a high school senior graduating age type recipient. And I was thinking kind of in the $13 an hour range. I guess I was wondering how your thoughts were on that, if that would be all right to move forward on.
Well, I sure think so. I think it'd be very wise.
How much did you say an hour? Sorry.
13.
13.
Okay. So I think everybody nodded their head. I'm in favor of it. Tracy?
Yep.
Gary?
We gotta have a motion.
No, it doesn't say approve, just to discuss it.
Fine with me.
So he's got our gut feeling, so, okay. Yep, I think we're all in agreement. We should do that.
Okay. I will move forward and get that posted.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds very good. Are you staying on the line here, are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I do.
Well, in the meantime, we've got 2 minutes, so we're gonna jump up to item 7 on our agenda to approve and sign the fiscal year 19 cost advisory allocation plan. Gentlemen, get a chance to look that plan over. That's
Yeah.
one with all the fine print. Hard to read.
I'll share it. You guys will get a copy of the nice
Yes.
binder when they come later. So.
All right, so do I have a motion to approve that plan?
There's only one copy. He's
Yeah.
got it.
Must be this
It's
one.
got the one with the picture of the courthouse.
Oh,
You're not looking at it.
yeah,
You
I
sign
make
it.
a motion.
Okay.
Second.
All right. Tracy made the motion, Gary seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Myron, are you gonna paint the roads? Or continue to, what's going on that way?
Allocation?
Yeah, there's a.
That is the plan. I haven't talked to the contractor as to when they're getting started back up again. I know they did paint that one day here a couple weeks ago when the weather was warm and nice, but I have not heard the schedule from them as to when they were going to continue doing that. But yes, they still have other additional roads to paint yet that didn't get done from last fall, Gary.
Yeah, that road south of Waterstown there, well, it needs painted. You can't see any lines or anything. Some places. There's some other roads around too, I guess.
Thank you.
Well, the county attorney just stepped out into the hall, so we're waiting for him to come back in.
I don't know if it's gonna be a closed session.
So, I presume you'll post this part-time seasonal hire position or something?
That is the plan, I guess.
Okay.
Rick,
County website, I presume?
that and the bulletin board, probably the two best places at the moment.
Okay.
Bulletin board's probably minimal success, but necessary, I think, with our current. We've talked about that, I think, before, but we still use the bulletin board as the official posting site, I think.
Yeah, right now I'm putting it on the door since it's not really available to the public.
I guess my question,
Okay.
if you hire for example, graduating high school senior who plans on going on to further education, will that kind of disrupt mowing then towards fall?
Possibly, yeah.
Most kids do go on to college, which is great,
Yeah,
but I think it's
Yeah,
probably going to be
in the
fairly
past,
minimal.
right now. I would agree. Like I say, last year, multiple people were doing that within the department based on, I think the roadside sprayers, if the wind was blowing too hard, did some of the mowing on occasionally when those afternoons got too windy.
Sure.
I think a couple maintainer men, when they had an off day, came and got the riding lawnmower and did some of that. That would still be an option, but certainly during early part of the summer, it's nice for them to be concentrating on some of those other activities instead of mowing and having somebody maybe designated for that instead.
You bet. No, I think that's great. I know in decades past, there was quite a few high school graduates that would work for the county during the summer. And so that really helped them with their finances for continuing education. So I think this is wonderful. Thank you. Hello, David.
Hello, Mr. Brewer. Are you ready for our thing?
We are
Cool.
9:34. We're actually on time, but you stepped out the door.
Oh yeah, there's really something to be done. Gentlemen, you have on your agenda today to discuss the hiring / appointment of a ecologist weed commissioner type. And one of the applicants stepped out of the room to check on something I asked him to check on, but he'll be back momentarily. And we've had 3 applications. Top one is from the person who had the position just a few months ago, transferred to another department, and now has reapplied for this position. You're aware of that background.
Thank you, sir. You do.
And so I guess I would ask you to take a couple moments and just look at the applications. Haley, do you want to follow along?
Is this something you have or could forward to Myron to look at as well, or these applications? Or we're the hiring board, I guess, so.
I could, but I'd need to call upstairs and see if they can. I have the actual copies, so they'd have to go upstairs and get downloaded and everything else.
Do you want me to run over and scan them to him, or?
Well, I would say this, I'll do whatever you ask to have done. It would appear that the former employee has by far and away the most qualifications. One person that has a related degree isn't graduating until May, and the other person hasn't been employed in the same area. But if you want me to forward those to Myron.
Myron, do you want to see them?
Based on the information Gabe just said, based on experience in education, I would not disagree with the statement. It sounds like the person that previously had that position would be the most experienced.
Okay.
In which case, I probably really don't need the other 2 applications.
All right.
Problem solved. But I mean, I can do it if you want me to.
I just didn't want to leave him out of the loop. Just telephone.
We appreciate your patience while waiting and assure you that assistance is just a moment away. Your call is very important to us, and we look forward to speaking with you.
Is that you, Myron?
Haley, did you not pay a bill?
Myron?
Yeah, sorry.
Was that you?
Stepped away from the phone for a second.
See, he put us on hold. It was nice music that we heard.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. They thought I did it.
I'm still learning this new phone system still,
I
too.
know.
Even though it's similar to the old, it still has some differences.
And I told the board we have to all redo our voicemail too, I understand, so.
That's what I thought I was reading yesterday myself.
Yep.
How's Randy doing? Not too bad.
Okay. Gentlemen, have a chance to look things over? Still looking. Okay. Hello, Dan.
Hello.
I said that before.
What's that?
I think I said that
Well,
before.
it took me off guard because I didn't know you guys were on the phone, and then I felt like it was kind of loud, and I didn't know Myron was talking, so.
It does tend to make you want to talk louder into a.
Well, yeah, and then with that on top of it, so. But. Have most people been calling in? Or?
For the most part, I mean,
Yeah.
unless we're right here in the courthouse, they'll stop in, but Myron has been calling in pretty much this entire duration. What's happening? We got the new, it's YouTube.
Oh,
Live
yeah.
streaming too.
Well, I saw
So
that
you're on
today.
camera.
Yeah, I figured it's kind of nice because you can then, at least if you're not available to come to the meetings, you can watch it then. I mean, yeah, it's a little more.
We're gonna do a video today on absentee voting too, with all this.
Website for it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the
it's,
Zoom call in, I only give out to those we need. It's certified too now,
yeah,
so
Copy to.
we had to do that with all of our social media pages too.
Myron.
gotcha.
Music.
Some scans and,
Yeah, unless you can find them super quick in my word.
oh, look. That's it.
Yep, thank you.
Did you wanna?
Well, they're still looking this over, so.
Do you wanna tell Randy to give you guys a few minutes? He had some pictures he was gonna show them.
You wanna, I'm sorry, you want Randy to maybe come
No, I
back,
just was
or
gonna
you
tell
want
him.
Randy to come in ahead
It's
of
up
us?
to you. I think that's what he was just gonna show a quick picture, but.
Randy, you wanna jump in and if you had something real quick, so we're not having you wait for another
Yeah.
30 minutes?
I didn't want him to waste his time out
Hey, Randy.
there. Did you bring those pictures?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we did discuss it a little bit, but if you wanna show them so you don't have to sit and wait.
Here's one batch of the pediment. And this is just some other stuff about all the slate, just some pictures. If you want to ask some questions, I didn't have time to label them or.
Can't see them from the ground.
No, if you, okay, the biggest thing, what the deal is, that one corner piece there, way down at the bottom, it's sitting on there like this with about 1/4 of it on top, and it's sagging. We gotta assume that, and the other ones are only about halfway, they're cantilevered out, about halfway, the other one's going up. And some of them have stone sitting on, but to put them up there, they probably had to anchor them down with strap irons. But they're starting to tilt, and I think the stone's getting old and stuff. If you wanna hit something off, you need to put copper on it, just get it. Another thing you'll notice on the gable, water comes off there, you got a northwest wind from the northwest, runs the water over top, and it runs along the edge. And it deposits it right down there where it clips. That's why some of those,
Show me the picture that you're referring to.
way down over here, what do you call it, end tiles are just totally.
You can really tell on some of those.
Yeah.
Runs down right along there.
Okay.
And they're usually deposited, but they're no real. There's no joint. This is that whole piece I'm talking about. The cantilevers out.
Yep.
There's only a little bit right here. It's square. That's one piece from there on down.
One whole chunk.
That's one.
That would be awful if it fell off.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, and they've been known to do that before. I know Alliant Tower had stone come out of their belt on a sidewalk from 60 feet up,
Wow.
and luckily nobody got killed. And
When
then
the
they-
snow comes off, it makes a horrible sound some days too.
That's what, when I went up there with, Rick told me to get something on here so it didn't ruin your air conditioners out here. That ice was
Yeah.
1 inch thick, just right, you can see right through it like glass. It was about this long. If it fell down, it'd just take your air conditioners out. There's other places too. Did you see the slate roof where it fell out of there?
Do you have this to give you, please? Yes.
Yeah, that fell off of there.
It's quite eye-opening when that
So-
comes down.
Randy, by putting a cap on that, this should
You, just like
divert the problem.
if you do it right, yeah. You bring it over the edge with a little bent kicker. Water will come down there, we'll have it on the bottom one too. And if you look at some of the pictures, there's on the bottoms of the gables, there's a stone pillar, we call it. There's one in the middle. They're gonna put copper on top of them too with the little kicker. That should stop it right in its tracks, just like the rest of it. And I think sooner or later, you're gonna have something falling out of it.
You're gonna get us a bid for that, right?
I did.
Oh, you already did? Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
did I give you one? Here we go, guys. Here, this is, there's 2 copies there. And that's DNS installing the copper, and then us doing the preparatory work and doing all the sealing and supplying them with whatever lift they need. DNS sheet mill's the one that also did the cupola up above. That's done cast. Very good outfit. They just drool over stuff like that.
So in a situation like this where it is starting to droop, can't do anything about it. Okay.
But yeah, that's what concerns me when I seen that. I better say something. But just, we gotta assume it's also got strap irons back there,
Yeah.
but they could be getting kinda water back in there too. If you look at some of the other ones, like up in here on some of these, the water can, it can be getting back in there. And
Going back down the other way.
they were gonna put the copper back in there, bring it up a little bit. And this down here, this has got a little bit of a slope. And we were gonna put a reglet in there, and we stick the copper in there, and might put a little bit of a bend on it, and we're gonna tuck point it and then seal this.
Yeah, from a normal view, it'll be, no, it's there.
That, if they do it right, they'll stop it right in its tracks. And this looks, it's in very good shape now that we put the copper on some of the places.
How long ago was that done? Do you remember?
It was in,
After the winter?
01 or 02, something like that.
So it's been a while.
And then when we did the roof, they tore it all off, put all new on.
Gary, you need to look at this.
Yeah.
And these are two. Tracy, you need to look at the ones Gary has. You got the bid.
Right there.
Yeah.
There. That's 16 ounce copper, just like the rest of it's got. You got that.
Might be.
Yeah, that's an ice cube. That's just there's 2 places. And there's other places where it's coming off too.
Do
Yeah,
better.
right there, there, that one's coming out. There's another 1 or 2 up here where it's starting. So a lot of times there's a crack right there. All that water up there runs over.
How long it's been.
That's what I've shown Tracy. They're telling these, they don't have enough screws. They're starting to come out. I can just twist them right out by hand, some of them. Sometime or other, she'll have more screws put in there and a different type of screw, and maybe even put a little silicone caulking around them like a chocolate chip so they can't twist out. There's the belfry up there. This isn't bad, but it's got iron in here. And it's starting to heave up and comes out, so that's another thing we gotta look at. All this stuff runs right down, there's a little gutter right there. It runs down the side of the stone.
That way on your own house.
I know, my water heater just went out yesterday, so I've been dealing with stuff too. It's like, it's just always something maintenance wise.
Comes off them windows and there's a gap about this big. And if it just sits there, it runs down through and it goes through the stone.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just saying, we're not doing anything about that, but that just shows you what happens. But if you would put copper up here someday too, They, just do it bit by bit. That would stop that too. The only thing is you gotta make sure birds don't get in there.
DNS, they'll come out here and break it right out here, or are they gonna do it down there in Cedar Rapids?
Usually them guys are good. They break it.
They'll break it
Somebody
right
will
there.
have to come back. They'll use the lift to go up there. The guy that does it measures how he wants it done. And he goes back and has it break. He break it. And then he comes back and installs it. He's in charge.
You get another portion you think needs it as well. Is that what you're, was that what I was overhearing?
This is with everything, right?
Oh,
No, this is.
I don't have that included, but someday you might see, oh, that's all deteriorating right there. That's all coming from behind the ball strands. There's a gap in between the window back here, about this big, and it's finding joints, it's flat. There's nests in there and stuff.
Well, let's ask this question while we're gonna get on that too.
To get that,
I mean, you're here, they're gonna be here, this makes some sense.
The only thing is, like, could we spread it out for the next fiscal year, July 1st, starting if we were running out of span authority? We don't have a problem with that if we had to come to that?
No.
Okay.
I think you should get a bid on this too.
while they're here.
If you want to, we'll get it on the agenda next week. That way we can formally
What do
approve
you
it.
think?
How can you cover that one, Randy?
I gotta go up there and look at it. I'll tell you, it's kinda level. So I'd leave it up to them, but it's kinda level, but if you can get it out to the.
Cause where the pillars are.
Bring it out here.
You're gonna go on top of it?
Yeah, and then there's wire, you don't know if there's a
Yeah, there's-
chicken wire in there.
Yeah, I know that.
And then I don't know if you do anything else, I would talk to them guys, that's what they would do to do it. But right now, the water's coming down, getting in behind there, it's just like a dam where the ball strands sit on. It's about this high. And it just dams it up in there, and then it finds joints to go down. And that's what it does. If you look at some of these other smaller belts, it's doing it all across around here, but it's not that bad.
Why can't we, cause they're gonna make more than one trip out here, don't you think? Well, they have to come out and measure it.
One more time, yeah?
Why can't we give them the go-ahead to do what's up there now in that gable end? And then when they'll have to come out and measure that. And then,
We can give them the go-ahead, but we can't approve it. It's not on the agenda.
oh, okay.
Okay, we can tell Randy, think this is a good idea, knock himself out.
Okay.
And to go ahead and get
Oh,
it
yeah,
on
well,
the
I don't
second
know if we're
one,
even
yeah.
gonna do
Yeah, you got that?
Right now I just have my
And then we'll
own.
put it on next week's agenda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get the other price into.
Have her go
Yes,
to the
yes, sir.
meeting link,
Yeah.
because we might have to. go.
I think it'd be a good investment for your
So
courthouse.
that's why I have to show you
Okay.
that other.
You're here, they're
Okay,
here.
because I don't really
Makes
know what they're
sense.
gonna discuss yet.
Don't come back.
Someday that
Well,
thing's
she can come
gonna
up here when we discuss
Exactly.
it,
be a
when we
mess.
all.
And it'll stop it right in its tracks. It has been
All right.
anything else.
Very good.
Okay, go ahead and redo this then for next week.
Yeah, I think for
Have
next-
something like an alternate in
You
there.
can want this
You can keep that, and then he'll have a second bid for,
for the second project.
understand?
Why wouldn't we want just to redo this and have it all included?
Yeah, have it all in
Or
one.
I can just take that and also put an alternate
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
and then have a price for that and then you.
then we'll formally approve it, because we might have to spread it out into 2 fiscal years, so.
Sure.
June 30th is the end. So I have so much allowed for this fiscal year, and then so much
If
for
you want
next year.
to, it's not gonna be that much more, I don't think.
You don't think so?
It's getting everything around and stuff, and then that's not a big area. I mean, they went around this whole thing real
Right.
quick when they put that on, but, I don't think it's gonna be that.
Okay, that's my concern, is
Yep.
because we're pushing to the end of the fiscal year. And I have so much in there for the courthouse repairs.
I can do it, on computers, you can set that stuff, however you want.
So yeah, if you want to redo
It'll
that,
be
put
on-
that other alternate one or whatever, then you'll know the 2 different costs.
Did you wanna keep that? or-
Yeah,
Yeah, she
that's a
hang on
good
to
rough
one.
estimate for me,
Okay.
so.
Okay.
All right.
I
We'll
will
have
see you
it
next
on the
week.
agenda.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in, Randy.
Okay.
And David, Ben, Myron, thank you for letting us jump in the middle with this. Randy was waiting. He needs to get back to work.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So
Back
I
on.
haven't given out any of the call-in information, anybody else?
Okay, so are we back on?
Yes.
So.
Still there, Myron? Myron?
You might have given up.
what I was gonna suggest was,
Hi, pushed the mute button, forgot to push the mute button off. Okay, I'm still here.
All right,
We weren't
thank you.
hearing your music this time.
it would be my recommendation that at this time, since you have, one of the candidates here in person that appears to be the most qualified, that we move into a job interview situation. I've talked to Ben, in advance of the meeting. He would like to request a closed session, since this is a grounds that you can go into a closed session under when you're discussing the hiring and competency and qualifications of a potential hire or appointment. That would be a closed session pursuant to Iowa Code Section 21.5, Sub 1, Sub I. And is that agreeable to you, Ben?
Yep.
So I would ask that we do that and then make sure we have everything shut off that we need to have shut off.
Other than Myron.
If you want to include Myron, that's fine.
Okay.
He's the only one that has the call-in information as of now, so.
All right, very good. Do I have a motion to go into closed session? Okay. And seconded by, Gary made the motion, seconded by Tracy. All those in favor? You know, I have truck